Fresh protests against India's new citizenship law erupted in several parts of the country. Protesters in the capital, New Delhi, and the southern state of Kerala are angry with legislation offering amnesty and citizenship to non-Muslim immigrants from neighbouring Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan.
6 people have been killed so far in the northeastern state of Assam, with as many as 200 injured in New Delhi. Several people have accused the Indian police of shooting at them, but authorities have denied that, saying the wounds were caused by broken tear gas canisters.
Our correspondent Neha Punia joins us live now from Delhi. Neha, how has the situation evolved today?
It's a 6th straight day of protests that we've seen in different parts of the country ever since that bill was passed last week in India's parliament. Delhi has once again witnessed many student demonstrations. There was a violence, though, reported at one gathering in the eastern part of the city where many locals were protesting, about 2,000 of them. And police say that things quickly got out of hand on Tuesday afternoon when locals started pelting stones at the police convoy. Many then torched vehicles and a local police outpost as well, forcing the police to bait and charge the group and also deploy tear gas canisters. The situation is now under control, but the city remains tense and extra forces have been deployed. We've also had a political development with many political parties, the opposition essentially approaching the president of the country. They've submitted a memorandum expressing solidarity with the demonstrations taking place in different parts of the country. This doesn't really have any significance in the sense that the president has limited powers when it comes to taking action on that front. But this is a sign from the opposition that they're willing to take the government on this issue with a united front, because Prime Minister Modi spoke on this issue earlier today as well. He has once again backed the legislation. The government is showing no signs of backing down and giving in to the demands of the students, but he's once again reiterated that this is a political conspiracy being waged by the opposition, and they're trying to put fear in the hearts of Indian residents who feel like this law will impact them in some very important way.
Neha, India's Supreme Court also weighing in now. It says that it will actually hear petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the legislation. Do we know when that's taking place?
Those petitions were initially expected to come up today, but the Supreme Court has now said that it will hear all those petitions in one go. There are about 1 dozen of them on Wednesday, and that's when the matter has been posted for on Tuesday. In fact, the Supreme Court heard another petition which spoke of the excessive police force used on many students protesting in Delhi on Sunday. The court refused to intervene, saying that it's not its position to try and comment on this matter, instead asking those petitioners to approach a lower court and saying that the probe should be conducted at that level before the highest court in the country is approached. But speaking of the constitutional validity of this law, many legal experts have spoken to say they're not very encouraged by how the court has been in matters of policy, especially when they come from the government and the argument of governance is used. So they're not really expecting any interference or intervention by the court. But the fact that many petitioners who are political groups, activists, civil rights activists as well, they've all cited how this particular law violates India's secular constitution, where religion is something that doesn't really factor in when you talk about citizenship. It's a secular constitution where every citizen of the country is exactly the same in front of the eyes of the government, and they're saying this violates the right to equality as mandated by the constitution. So they're hoping there will be some sort of commentary, if not intervention, from the Supreme Court, which will strengthen their argument when it comes to taking on the government.
Many thanks. Neha Punia speaking to us from New Delhi.